Yo guys, so before the video starts, I just wanted to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, my longtime friends over at Adam and Eve. We are partnering up today to give my audience a special deal, 50% off an item of your choice, plus free shipping when you check out with code JAMARI. That's J-A-M-A-R-I, JAMARI. There is no minimum purchase required, and who doesn't love free shipping? They have stuff for men, they have stuff for women, they have stuff for couples, and everyone on the spectrum. So treat yourself as someone special today with Adam and Eve using code JAMARI. So a couple of months back, I made a video about the one-hit wonder rapper that is Designer, and how he officially ended his career. Back in 2015, the world became aware of who Sidney Royal Selby III was, as he came from seemingly nowhere with his hit song Panda.
So Panda, I'm in the crib with my boys just chilling, and you know, one of a friend of mine, he just had a beat, everybody listening to music. I was the dude for the hook, so for everybody, you feel me? Like I'll be all around Brooklyn. I'm working on the song, he got his song coming out, I'm like, yo, give me 2 days. Cooked it up 2 days, had that thing done in 2 days. We massaged it for like a year and a half. After we put, that was the 5K on the snippet, and then after that, it just went 200K in a week, so it was just like, the fans just loved it.
After receiving the attention of Kanye West, who would sample Panda on The Life of Pablo, and getting a now infamous spot on the XXL freshman list, it seemed like he could be next up to be a superstar in rap with his contagious, emphatic energy. He had a great presence about himself, and really seemed like a kid watching his dream finally come true.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling crazy, you know how I did, feeling hype. I'm trying to chill, I'm trying to not sweat in the outfit, you feel me? Like, I'm just going crazy right now, you know how I did, feeling good, remaining humble, keeping my blessings to the top of the skies. You know how it is, man. Much love.
At the time, his one crutch was really that a lot of people felt like he sounded a little bit too much like already well-established rapper Future. Though this isn't uncommon for rappers to get compared to each other, especially on the come-up when they first start to get some buzz. Comparisons are damn near impossible to escape.
While Logic very clearly has a great ear, to me on these tapes he was so much more of an emulator and a stylistic chameleon than he was a bold, original, standout voice.
But it isn't always the end of the world. Nearly every rapper starts off impersonating their favorites, in my opinion, as they hone their skills, and many can escape the clone allegations as they come into their own sound. But due to mismanagement of his career, a sloppy debut album, some lackadaisical attempts at making his next hit, and some mental health issues, sadly Designer never made it in the rap game, and eventually would become nearly irrelevant in the year 2023, as his new music never picked up almost any traction, and his social media accounts were dead with a ton of inactive followers. But like many other rappers have found out recently, Designer could still successfully tour overseas off of Panda and other well-known songs like Timmy Turner, which is badass by the way to still be able to go out to somewhere like Japan or Germany and pack a crowd, and still be able to make a nice living for himself, and travel the world with people showing you love on different continents. And so on his way back from performing in Tokyo, he would self-sabotage his entire life, as he would get caught by the stewardess choking his chicken 60,000 feet in the air. She reportedly even gave him 2 chances to put himself away, though he clearly ignored these requests. I just think it's like, come on man, go to the bathroom and join the Mile High Club by yourself if you really need to get it out. I'm sure a flight that long had a decent-sized restroom with free Wi-Fi. After this all went down, the rapper was charged with indecent exposure, sharing on Twitter an apology saying that he had not been okay for months, and had been struggling coming to terms with losing some of his best friends, colleagues, and mentors due to senseless violence, most notably rappers Takeoff and PNB Rock, who had just passed away earlier that year. Designer also claims that while overseas he had been admitted to a hospital after his show, and was given medication that had him not thinking clearly on this flight, ending the post by saying he was admitting himself into a mental health facility to get the help that he had been needing for quite some time. And so that was back in April, and now we finally have an answer about how this will affect his career and life. The Panda hitmaker, whose real name is Sidney Royal Selby III, was sentenced to 120 hours of community service, fined $5,000, and will remain on probation for 2 years after he pled guilty for in the presence of a flight attendant during a trip from Tokyo to Minneapolis back last April. He is also prohibited from owning or possessing firearms, and must participate in a psychiatric evaluation and drug testing. Regarding the issue of Mr. Selby registering as offender, many news outlets have incorrectly stated that he is required to register as an absolute condition of his probation. His lawyer Ryan Gary told People magazine, "Since this was a federal misdemeanor, the sentencing judgment states that if the state of California or some other government entity requires that Mr. Selby must register as offender, then he must." However, the parties in this case have come to the legal conclusion, after significant research and consultation with lawyers in California, that this misdemeanor conviction is not one that will cause Mr. Selby to have to register as a offender. If some government agency in California disagrees with our analysis, then we will address the matter at that point in time. Now, this is about the best outcome Designer could have expected in this given situation for both his life and career. Obviously, no one wants to be registered as an offender, and the negative publicity and problems that come with that label, from where you can live to involvement in your kids' lives, can obviously be detrimental. Imagine being as famous as he is, and everyone constantly knowing where he lives, and how that could quickly turn into a nightmare. From a career standpoint, this is also a major positive, as a law passed in 2020 where offenders nationwide must now report to the country they are traveling from and to when moving around internationally. Obviously, a foreign offender traveling to certain countries would definitely be frowned upon, and they could easily deny him entry based off of his record, which would really crush any hopes he had left of continuing to make a career off of his music. So obviously, Designer took a major L at first here, but now it's turned into at least a little bit of like a lowercase W. I want you guys to let me know if you think he'll ever recover from this whole situation. Does he have another hit left in his tank? For me personally, I just hope he really is in a much better state mentally, and I hope that he has gotten the help that he needs at this time. But y'all let me know what you guys think down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, there's some other rappers out here that need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!